Activate. It's the Pelon and Chubby Show with your hosts Rich Salas and Guy Murray, talking about comedy and everything that crosses their mind. It's the Pelon and Chubby Show. And we're live.
Hello and good evening and welcome to another episode of the Pelon and Chubby Show, number 48, if you're keeping track there.
48. Yeah. They finally moved from 43.
Two away from the 5-0, number 501 year.
That was 2 months ago.
Is coming up in the next 2 weeks. Mark's back. If you can tell, you can hear the mumble there.
I got lost.
He's back in the house. He was in...
Mumble my ass.
He was in... where was it?
Deep in a hole.
He was
in the outback.
He was near the fire.
From outback.
And he tip-tapped his way out of there safely out of the flames.
Had to use the echolocate.
Right. Right there, the dolphin sound and shit.
Yeah, right.
With fire.
He kind of
So he's
was moaning
back
in the background.
He is back tonight. We got a great show for you. We got Dana Cartoon Owens in the house.
All right.
He is the producer, the maker of the Pelon and Chubby logo. Get you some. And he is going to, I believe, doing a color separation today here. And I can that will allow me to do screen printing for the shirts.
Color separation.
I was going to make a joke.
Color separation. Color separation.
I was going there. I was ready. I
saw Jay jumping on it. I'm like, color situation.
They were born ebony and ivory. And
I thought this was going to be a straight black and white sign.
After 40 years, we are going to attempt to separate them. No.
Holy Kaniki.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Baby.
See, hey, a little racist jokes can be fun, kids.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really that hard. You just got to,
So,
okay, see?
yeah, speaking of that, old the Prez is denying that he used that N-word that describes a race.
Who cares?
I figured he should have just said, you know what, I said it. I mean, because the guy is saying all kinds of crazy.
Are you talking about the news already?
Stuff. No,
He has jumped the gun a little bit.
Just a little bit.
If you're just tuning in, we are the Pelon and Chubby Show here every Wednesday in the Pelon and Chubby studio in beautiful California. Beautiful place. Weather's tasty right now. I am Rick Salas.
I am Guy Murray.
I'm Jay Feverman.
I'm Mark the blind guy.
Mark the blind guy back in action after his hiatus. He was out dirt bike riding next to the barbecue. Good to have you back, sir.
Right.
Tonight we got a great show. Like I was saying, we got the cartoon man in the house tonight. He's coming. He's on his way up, make the long trek from downtown San Diego after work. So he's going to be here doing his thing, showing us, telling us how he got his start into comedy and being an artist and all that good stuff. So that should be some fun. A lot to talk about in the news. The comedy scene in San Diego right now. The heat is finally
turning up,
subsiding a little bit. Not much, but it's still not too bad. A lot cooler than where you were, Mark.
Oh yeah, no that shit. You had ash. I mean, it really wasn't all that hot because the clouds, the smoke was just covering the sun. So you were just getting ashed on. It really wasn't all that hot, but it was nuts because we were driving up there to the dirt bike track and it was like right fucking there. You could not see it. I mean, we had like 15 first responders run over there, firemen and whatnot. We got done we're surprised the dirt bike track didn't get shut down. The first thing they said when we pulled up is, once you pay an arm and a leg for your kids to come in here and ride a dirt bike for 4 hours, we might just kick you out at any time, and there's no refunds. You know this.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, they could have rode for. They could have got the dirt bikes off the truck, and they would have said shut down. They would have pocketed like $3,000 off everybody, and like no refunds. Like,
okay.
Damn, that sounds like a museum almost.
So are you riding behind somebody on the dirt bike?
Oh no, I'm strictly video photographer.
You're the photographer.
Yeah, but I go towards the sound,
lens,
and sometimes the sound gets you mixed up because you don't know if the noise is coming from the muffler or the front of the bike. So and you got to time it just right when they're hitting the jumps. So You know, generally you got to know when they go thuduf. You want to click beforehand. No.
Thuduf.
Hey, the funny thing is the guy that he's with has two perfectly good eyes. He just wanted to watch this fucker videotape.
But here's the other thing. This other guy I'm with has two good eyes. Actually has a 75% hearing loss. So he's like, he didn't hear no evil. And I didn't see no evil. So it works out, you know.
All right, man.
That was a really good movie.
The two of you.
The
two of you together make up one dude, man.
Dude, you got it.
Two swords, no place to poke.
Feel like those two little guys off
awesome,
Bill and Ted's Bogus Venture when they jump into each other. They're like one big dude.
Station.
Station.
Bill, they're making a third Bill and Ted, I hear.
Shut the front door.
They're doing it. That's cool.
Amazing.
Anyways.
Sure. All right, so
That's actually,
quit dipping into the news, Jay.
are.
that is a tidbit of information that I could have probably never heard in my life and been okay with it.
Oh, come on. First one.
I'm just saying. That and his story. I don't know which one. Just be
Awful.
serious.
Anyway.
All right, so we got next Thursday. Is it already? What's the date today?
No, the
2
29th,
Thursdays.
anyway.
Whatever. Fuck, it's on the 30th.
Excited.
Now
He's
talk
excited.
about jumping the gun.
Well, I'm excited because
I'm
I'm
not-
going to tell you guys about
yeah.
falling off a mountain or something fun, or you know, I'll save that for the news though. So
Perfect.
That's
So
good.
August 30th is Carly.
Carly Carr.
Carly.
We're gonna try and get her on the phone or something, but you know, that'd be a little too professional of the show to do something like that.
We don't want to raise the standards.
No, we don't want to create any false hopes that we're going somewhere in the future, that we have aspirations in life to become a real show. We're pretty much just happy being the fucking putrid little show that we are.
Hey.
So I'm going to calm down with all those ideas and shit. I don't want this to get way out of hand.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
So let's get back to our little thing.
Sound like my dad. You know, boy, you got a lot of quit in you.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm wearing sunglasses because I got a bright future, all right? It's not because of Jay the Holy Roller sitting in front of me. He's bright, too. Don't get me wrong, but...
I'm almost translucent.
He's
Yeah.
translucent.
I almost got to look to the left and... Damn, Allie. Anyway. We're good. Don't smile. That shit changes.
Oh, is that because of guys' white teeth?
Hey, Cynthia Hernandez.
What's up, Cynthia?
That you guy?
Yeah,
Hernandez.
She's a loyal listener. She's
Loyal
on
listener.
pretty much every week.
and Dessa's coming
Richard Montmini,
Man, we got to come up with some hats or something for our lawyer listeners, you know,
Tammy Diller,
you know,
all the way from Stockton,
the
California.
Pelon and Chubby.
What's going on?
Oh,
Who's got that? There you go.
I turned it on the once. You go to the next screen. It's still.
chingolata, chingada.
Well, hopefully when Dana
Gets
gets the
here.
color thing separated on the art, then we can do some shirts. We can do hats.
Are we talking about like color segregation separation, or you know, I'm still trying to figure this out.
For screen printing.
Oh,
my dude.
screen
You have to
printing.
do
For
each-
screen
Okay.
printing, my dude.
each screen individually, and apparently this one's got a ton of colors. So
We can do a 4-color pass process on that.
What are we, the gay pride parade? How many colors do we need on that thing?
Get serious.
I'm serious. No, I'm playing with you.
are you homo friendly?
Who are you talking to?
You, the one I'm looking
Me?
at.
All eyes
Can't you
on
tell?
Yes, no, I generally shake everybody's hand, but the thought afterwards kind of comes to mind. Yeah, he might be. Anyway. No,
Might be
you know, I don't know. You
Carrier?
can follow that up with something. No. The carrier, this guy. No, you know what? I grew up with a couple of uncles and aunts that were gay and or lesbian and had roommates in my house renting out rooms that were lesbian. So, you know, we grew up in a house that
And now-
everybody was equal, and that, like, you know, mom was white, everybody. Hey, don't you throw that at me.
What was that?
I don't know, but it hit the floor face first.
What is that?
It's a phone.
Little something there.
A little something there. I must have said something.
We got Ghost in the studio.
Well,
and
speaking
it's
of
gonna be
what
our
you're-
48th, but our only
What
our
Mark is saying there,
15th
now's the
episode
time
here.
when You said you had like a gay uncle, gay aunts.
Well, so it really we were, they accepted what they, what they did. We knew of it. We knew what it is. But it was like they do their own thing. So they didn't really bring any of that to the house, like or whatever. The roommates in my house had different phone lines. So I'd be down in the kitchen or something, and we'd always prank call them or whatnot. And they're like, hey, this is Bill, your next door neighbor. Your chickens are in our tree, or your cocks are over here being really loud. And like,
that's a dangerous one, right?
It is funny. Well, you got roosters, and but it is funny. Her girlfriend at the time worked at this egg plant in Grand Junction, Colorado, and shit you not, she would bring over like 6 double yolk eggs. These fuckers were huge, man, but we had eggs galore growing up.
Double yolk eggs?
Yeah, dude.
Dana's here. Can you?
Oh, yeah.
He's right out front. Here, take my cane. Oh.
Hey, it's funny that you got, or Mark, that you say that they were normal. Oh, cool. So it's funny that you say that they're normal, because even you're not like me. You don't voice your I don't know what's a good
opinion?
word for it.
No.
Yeah, I guess you're it's not dislike either, but
dislike or hatred of that.
No, it's not even that at all. It's more
disagreement.
Like I disagree with their lifestyle, but for you to say a person that doesn't disagree necessarily to say that they're normal, here's the point that I'm making is, of course they're normal. They're normal people like us. I've never come out and I've never said that homosexuals are not normal people, that there's something wrong with them or whatever. I've never said that. I've always said that I don't agree with the choices. The fact that one person's kissing another person, whatever, that choice there is a little bit
No, that's homophobic all the way.
No, it is not homophobic.
It's gay as all get out.
The whole fucking point of this thing is that I'm just pointing out that I don't agree with the choices, right? Well, the choices, but not that they're any less of a person, or less than a human,
right?
Right.
So it's funny for somebody that doesn't have an opinion necessarily about it to say, "Oh, they're normal." They're normal.
Did you watch a lot of totalitarianism movies growing up?
I'm just saying,
it's a big word.
Don't do that. So I'm going to put you under my thumb.
No, it's not even about that. I'm just saying, I consider them to be normal. It's just when it comes to the dude kissing another dude, I have an issue with it. I got a problem.
I understand.
With it.
Well,
I don't have a problem like I want to do something about it. I have a problem with to me that's fucking gross. It's disgusting, right?
Yeah, no,
so
that's
and that choice in life to me is disgusting. But that's me. I'm not the one doing it. So, but to say that they're any less of a human being or not normal, I think is wrong. I don't think that's a correct assessment of the person. I just think that the choice that they're making to put their cock in another man is not my choice. It's not good to me. It doesn't sound like something I'd order on the menu. I'm just saying, it's not like, I haven't craved it ever. I don't know that I will. Maybe one day I will. Who knows? But it is what it is. It's not a big deal.
I used to like steak.
Yeah.
But now.
But I prefer it on a
I'd
plate.
rather have salad.
A plate, not in the butt. In the plate.
A little salad, please.
Well, yeah.
Hey,
if you
Would
guys
you
want
like
a
a
beer,
spoon with that?
Dana just walked in the house with his buddy. What's your name, bro? Mike. All right. If you guys want a beer in the fridge,
and a beer.
Right out the door, you'll
To
see
the
a
right.
fridge over there. There's a 12-pack 805.
The other side of it can just go right around the garage there. You'll see it. Segue in. Still in.
I got the bottle opener here.
It's a cool subject. I might say normal in a way that everybody has their own it's choices. We're accepting hey, do your own thing, but in a way, don't have it affect my circle, because then I'll be openly say about it, and you won't ever do that again. But other than that, we can joke, kid, blah blah blah. Let's face it, I'm blind, dude.
Yes, sir.
Joke all day long. Wait, what?
You
What?
are. Yes,
This is bullshit.
This
Anyway,
is the truth. Absolutely. There it is. He can run a whole fucking restaurant, but one little computer, forget about it. Jay, hey, Jay the Holy Roller, I got something for you to pray for when you go home. Lord, please
Bring me some skills.
bless these fingers with some kind of fucking figuring a computer out.
I'm like,
I don't know the real word for that, so I'm just paraphrasing it, of course.
I'm like Hansel and Zoolander, man, going in the computer.
Let me please
in the computer.
Let me please master this.
My wife, same thing. She's like,
oh, Trixie.
She goes, get off of the computer. You're just gonna F it up, man.
She says F it up.
Yeah.
Holy
Just tell her to say the whole word. She means the same thing.
She will not say it.
Oh, darn. You meant down.
The other day, I thought she said the SHIT word. I go, did you really just say that? She's like,
you got to relay the message to your people.
What's that? To my people?
To your people.
It's okay to swear.
That swearing isn't going to condemn you. You can still make it.
No,
You're right.
It's not going to condemn you. It just means you're not.
The guys are in the studio. They're like, what the fuck are they talking about? This is his name on the show is Jay the Holy Roller. He's a hardcore right, born again Christian that does not believe in any of the beliefs or things that we say.
All the things he used to do.
Here's what I said.
In his past life.
I'm following my Savior who's perfect.
Right.
I'm saying I'm not even remotely close to perfect.
Right. We agree with that.
But he's trying.
I'm passing with a D minus.
He's the angel.
I'm barely passing.
He's the angel on the left shoulder, right? And then on my right, I got the devil. But like most people could just get a normal demon of some sort. I chose a blind one. Like,
so he can't lead him to too much evil.
Crazy. He can hear what I do, but he can't see the bad that I do.
Listen here. Oh.
Like you can go up and touch his eye if you want. Some people don't.
Yeah,
believe
we don't do that. We're not gonna do that.
It'll pop up at you.
Yeah, the studio's not prepared for that.
No, he is for reals. That's Mark the blind guy.
They gotta see
Chubby.
you guys. That's bad enough. Oh.
So you know what? We might as well. Mark, grab the.
Grab the what?
Your normal seat there.
This is my normal.
No,
seat.
right next door, so Dana can come on and we can do the interview. In case I don't know how long he wants to.
My normal seat is right here.
I understand, sir.
Interview if you're telling me.
You're the fucking bottom of the totem pole. Get the fucking.
Say it with your chest, little.
Yeah,
anyway.
You know. I was trying to say it nice because there's people watching, but fuck it.
I don't give a fuck.
We'll bring you some more beer.
So they can use the microphone.
Yeah. Oh, we got another mic.
There's a failure to communicate.
Yeah. I'm trying to be nice to the fucking. I'm trying to be nice to disabled fuckers, right?
Act nice.
Pull out your
That's a
chips.
joke in itself.
Hey, be nice to the cripple week, fucking. That's what it is. Fucker. Mark's coming back strong, you know? Yeah, hang in there, people. This will get real in a minute. We're all screwing around right now, but it's going to get serious.
You went down when your ass went in that camera. I just saw that. No.
You saw that from where you sitting.
Hey, should have warned there was going to be a eclipse, a black hole. Fuckers. It's a little warm, huh?
Yeah?
Should we turn on the air?
No.
And fuck the buzz?
More people on camera.
Yeah, let's put on a little air. Fuck the buzz.
Is there more people out there?
We got the usual suspects out there.
Is that dead?
It's
Zach?
Zach, I think.
Ah, Chicago.
Zach Morris?
Chicago.
From, what is it?
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. Zach Morris. Welcome to the show.
I hope they're bringing that show back, man.
What's that?
Saved by the Bell, man.
For what?
It's your job, man.
For what purpose? You know, I think the only people that enjoyed that show were pedophiles. Because those chicks were hot. They were smoking hot. Why else would you watch that shitty show?
What was it? Topanga or Topanga? I would like Topanga.
I think her name was Topanga Canyon.
I like Topanga. Yes, sir. What's up? Oh my God.
Zach Morris in the house. What's up, bro?
It's a sausage fest on the Pelon and Chubby show.
Hell yeah.
Women fear us. They never come.
Every time.
Yeah, because he has some pent-up fucking aggressions. You know, that's why all the priests were molesting the little kids. It was just pent-up, fucking, you know, all these holy rollers, they hold it in for so long, and then
Yeah, that's what it is.
they got to fuck something. What's up, dude? We're doing a little maintenance. I don't know what guy. What is Guy doing?
I was getting Mark a
Nah, fuck it. Mark will be back here in a minute. Mark's having a beer. Yeah. Kathy's up there. Hey, what's up, dude? Hey, guy, grab me a couple beers. Sorry, people. Hey, on Facebook, we normally don't do this, but this will all be edited out of the podcast. So if you're not enjoying it, go take a shit or something and then come back. But you can listen to the podcast. It'll be all edited out. Like we say, it's a behind-the-scenes view of the show, so it's not going to be all professional and shit. So don't get all fucking sideways and start messaging me like, oh, what's with the bullshit in between? Whatever. Just shut the fuck up and watch the show.
I can see we're all rocking, the newest, latest entertainment. You've got your Black Sabbath shirt.
Right.
You've got the Kramer going on. I love that shirt, by the way. And you've got that new band. What are they called? Nirvana? Those guys are brand new, man. Just out the gate, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're going to do Kurt Cobain on that screen thing, whatever the fuck it is.
They're going to do the Kurt Cobain
hologram. That's so fucked up when they do that. It's like a tribute, but not really.
With or without his head, man.
I got vodka in this one.
That's messed up, huh? I'm going to piss off a bunch of people with that one.
Yeah, you are.
Hey, he stuck the shotgun.
All right, so let's get back. Let's get back on this shit. All right, it finally cooled off a little bit. My nuts were sweating.
Oh man, that's not that
warm.
often either.
Let's see who else we can upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, back in the spray.
All right, so here we are, Pelon and Chubby Show here on Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Like I said, like promised, we have the one, the only, the creator of the Pelon and Chubby logo right there. Look at that, folks. I'm sure you've seen it. You've seen it all over Facebook and everything.
Yeah.
It's only been, like 3 months or 4 months or 6 months since we were trying to get this fucker to do some more work. But apparently, he's very popular.
Yes. Very popular. Super popular.
So he's, but no, he does. Hey, I'll tell you what. For reals, Dana, a lot of people love the logo. I think it's fucking excellent, man.
Oh, thank you.
Quality's fucking all there. And then the print, I don't know if you actually saw the...
Oh, shit, look at that.
Did you Photoshop that? You just took pictures of their heads and then you just kind of...
Yeah, you're giving away my secret over here.
There you are, man.
Damn it. Now I got to figure out another
welcome
way.
to the...
Microsoft Paint.
Jesus Christ.
Genius right there.
That was my whole plan, and now it's all gone.
So, Dana, welcome to the show. You go officially by
Dana Toon.
Toon.
Yes, I have to go by Dana Toon because my real name is Dana Owens, but Queen Latifah's real name is Dana Owens.
Oh.
So I need to decipher
The
between one or
hairstyles
the
are
other.
similar.
Hey, do you eat
The
pussy?
titties are similar.
Do you eat pussy just like she does?
Yes.
Oh,
all
great.
the time.
All right, perfect.
I enjoy it.
Right, nice. All right, you guys have a lot in common.
Yes, we do. I've been working on trying to pawn my debt off onto her.
There you go.
Because I always get calls from, bill collectors. Hi, we're looking for Dana Owens. And I'm like, yeah, you mean Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
So I just send them that way.
There you go, man. That'll work.
Yes.
I mean, I like her.
I she was good in that thing that she did with that one time. That
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't tell you.
No, Eugene Levy. Bringing the house down.
Was it?
All right, so...
Down the house.
Whatever, man.
It was a show she was on.
Hey, what do you expect from a white guy? Come on.
Exactly, man.
That's like
to pull that out, that's incredible for me.
But
That's
see,
like
people actually they get confused because of all the new news about Antifa. They think that's what they call Aunt Latifah.
Aunt Latifah.
Aunt
Yeah,
Latifah.
she's a creator.
Dude, honestly, it'd be like if we had an Asian dude on the show.
Aunt
You'd
Latifah.
have some fucked up plurals.
Latifah. Yeah.
So Antifa is not like a terrorist group or what? Are we gonna go?
So normally I like to bring our guests on with a little intro,
Yeah.
and
Well,
as far as doing our artwork, so Dana too did the artwork, but he's here because not only do we want to promote, this logo came out better than I was anticipating,
Nice.
and for only a quarter of the budget that I had allowed for it.
A quarter.
Well, I wanted to give you a good deal because I figured, the masses would be,
Oh, yeah,
I figured it'd be working out, So far, I think I've gotten maybe a call from this show.
Nice,
I'm just
all
kidding.
right.
I'm just
Well,
that was Rick calling
we
the
do
back
have
saying he
4
was forward.
followers.
kidding. No, 4? All right.
So, So he does great work. Very, very, very reasonable. I don't know what his schedule looks like, but probably if he's as busy as he seems to be, his prices are going through the fucking roof. Right?
Yes.
We kind of wanted to get like a little background, like find out about you. Like we don't know.
Oh, there's how much time you got?
How long?
How much time?
How long have you been in San Diego area?
A little over a year and a half, almost 2 years now.
How you liking it so far?
It's all right. I came out here originally for vacation. I came out from upstate New York, and my girlfriend and I, a friend of ours, flew us out to paint a mural in his apartment, and he was overseas for 6 weeks, and then 2 weeks in, we said, "Fuck it, let's just stay." So we decided to stay.
Too bad we're not like another country where he has to get a visa, and we're like, "No, fuck it out."
No. Not from New York. You come from New York. There's your visa.
Wants to come to California, I say we only have room for 2 more.
Hey, so how many times does it happen the other way around, where like people from California go somewhere else and they're like, "No, fuck it, we'll stay there."
No.
They go to New York and they're like, "Oh, fuck, I gotta get the fuck out of this place."
It's the winters. It was funny because as we were flying out, it was like an action scene movie. As we were leaving the tarmac, there was snow, like a snowstorm was coming in. Right. So we escaped the snowstorm.
Like
I haven't seen snow.
Too.
Yeah, I haven't seen snow since. So it's been pretty good. Yeah.
So what's your, other than the weather, what's your favorite part?
I mean, everything. There's a lot of opportunity out here. There's a lot more people. The free weed, not free weed, but legal weed.
You get to be on the Pelon and Chubby show.
Yeah, I mean, this is really why I flew out here. This is really why I came out here because I.
Right. You know what's crazy? He's been on the show for like almost a year.
Nice.
And the motherfucker still can't pronounce it right.
No. What is the correct pronunciation?
Peloni?
Pelon.
Okay.
Pelon and Chubby, right?
Nice.
Yeah, but he says it like he's never had an enchilada in his life. He eats one every night when he goes home, but
Enchiladas are nice. Yeah.
Enchiladas are good.
So
there's a lot of Mexican food around here. Yes.
So when's the arts the big thing, right? That's your.
I do a bunch of shit. I do art and like drawing and cartoons and shit. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Actually, what I want to try to start doing is stand up. Try doing that shit.
I thought you were already doing.
I've done it a few times, open mics, bombed a few times, but it's fun.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm getting ready to get back up next week. Do some open mics down in the PB area in North Park and stuff.
Are they being cool to you on the mics?
Yeah. No, I mean, as far as I know, there's a few people I've met. It's kind of clicky, but fuck the click anyway.
Hello.
Yeah, it's a little clicky, but luckily I've done a lot of cool shit. So that my goal is to brand myself on the back end,
right?
And then once if shit pops, then people will know who I am. Luckily, the art kind of does the.
Right now, the big thing is just getting up and doing your time.
Yeah.
But hey, the only place that's more clicky than the fucking comedy scene is jail.
Well, I was there once, so I don't want to go back.
I know. I was there too.
I was there for 6 hours once.
Zach was just here.
It was a scary 6 hours.
Scary 6.
That was a scary 6 hours.
Too soon.
The funny thing is the only other person that was in there randomly for like 3 years, I just kept bumping into that guy.
Wow.
It was so awkward because I would try to and he'd be like, "Yo, I know you from jail, man. How you been?" I'm like, "Yo, man, I'm with my family. Come on." They'd be like, "Yo."
I saw one dude.
Can I sell your grandmother's crack?
Hey, I saw this one dude that I was in jail with, but I was up in Lompoc, near Vandenberg Air Force Base, and I was down here.
What'd you go to jail for?
We don't talk about that.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I don't want to know, actually.
It's still a pending investigation.
Actually, if I said what actually I went to jail for, I'd probably lose like street cred.
Oh, shit.
Like, what? Pussy, you didn't go to jail.
My kid
not having enough
hey, no matter what,
books.
No matter what you did, you're still in that fucking library. Terrible place. And if you're there for more than a year, let's say, you know how it is.
Is it? I was there for 6 minutes or 6 hours.
Oh,
that was it. So they let me out in 5.5 with good behavior.
I figured he looked like a criminal. Fuck, he had to be there for a little while anyway.
He came out looking and kissing the ground like he had been away for a long time.
Bro, I'll tell you what, man.
I'm a good guy.
You're a good guy?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was there for like a year. It was fucking miserable.
You were in for a year?
That's
crazy.
You know what? I'm not that. I really do want to hear the story.
Closer to a...
Confess your sin.
Dude, you guys would never.
Was it federal prison? County?
Yeah,
oh, nice.
I was at Club Fed.
Nice. Wouldn't it be fun if we could just try to guess what it was?
Let's do it.
Let's try to guess what.
Anytime these words.
Was it a Tijuana jail?
No, federal. Anytime these words come out of your mouth, the mouth of the guard. Excuse me. That alone right there is fucking enough for me. But excuse me, Mr. South, but we're gonna have to handcuff you, unfortunately.
Oh, jeez.
I was like,
you.
what the fuck kind of place is this? And then they give you a tour of the place. They're like, okay, here's the chow hall where you eat. It's 3 meals a day. Pretty much all you can eat. It's like buffet style.
You're like, well, I may never leave.
Yeah, it's like, over here are the showers.
Then, they got the gym, and they actually have curtains on the showers.
This is Tiny. He'll be your guide.
And this is the place where they had a 60-minute special. Barbara Walters went over there, and they had the swimming pool, tennis courts, golf course, all maintained by the inmates.
Nice.
But the place was fucking legit. Dude, we had a softball team with uniforms and shit.
So what's
Were they
club
pinstripes?
fed, man?
Pinstripes?
But they made them fill in the pool with dirt, covered up.
Okay.
And the golf course, they had made them get rid of it. But I'll tell you, that softball field was probably one of the nicest, well-maintained fucking golf or softball fields I've ever played on.
Nice.
And then we all had uniforms, and somehow we all got gloves. Like when they come to make the visits and shit, they come turn the corner, and the wives throw the gloves over the fence.
Wow.
And then people go get them.
What's in the glove?
Well, that's different.
Butter knives. Put butter knives in the gloves.
As long as you don't fuck around too
It
much.
sounds like you didn't want to escape.
The guards
you wanted
were
to
all right.
stay, man. That sounds awesome.
Hey, but at the end of the night, you cry like a baby because you can't go home see your kids and shit, So, that part's fucked up.
Let's go back to me because that's very depressing.
I'm sorry.
That's a little
Let's
depressing.
talk about your six
Let's talk
hard
about your 6
hours.
hours.
Just hard.
Because you know that where that
And
conversation is
lockdown.
ultimately going to lead to. It's going to lead to that conversation
Yeah.
about getting
say what
back.
The back
You were
end.
talking about the back end.
I can tell you this. It was.
See? All right, never mind. Fuck it. We'll just go there.
No, I'm just saying. I'll clear the everybody's. It had nothing to do with anybody but me. What I did.
Nice.
So didn't hurt nobody. It was a financial crime
Yeah.
that I didn't even know I was committing.
Okay.
But
there you go.
it is what it is.
Nice.
Awesome.
So.
A man with a plan.
The only reason I went to jail was because I never went to court for a speeding ticket. So that's my story. And I was on a first date when they pulled me over too, because I had a warrant out for my arrest. And
Dana Tunes.
Well,
Public
that
Enemy,
was
number
only
one.
since we're one up, and
then a buddy of mine had to bail me out. It was hilarious.
so that was like the third time I went to jail.
Then there was this one time when I stabbed a motherfucker. No, I didn't do that.
I had
I did not do that.
drunk in public, which nothing ever happens with that. Nothing ever happens. DUI, which is very serious. That one's no good. That fucking.
I almost got a DUI once, but luckily, up in Albany, it's kind of like a small town, city kind of feel.
Yeah.
So I got pulled over, but luckily I was working at this Irish bar, which was the cop bar, and it was St. Patty's Day, so I was drinking my face off, right? And the cop pulled me over, and he's like, dude, I smell whiskey on your breath, and I need you, I could pull you over right now, but because I know the owner of the place that you work at, I can let you go. So he let me go. It was pretty cool. But luckily
And
for
you're
me,
like, I just had Guinness. I
Yeah.
don't drink no whiskey.
no, I was drinking whiskey all day. You kidding me? Shit.
And then you killed a family of 5.
Yeah. And then I found $5.
But that cop was super nice.
Yeah, no, the cop let me go. Luckily, though, I was in the car with my friend, and he was drinking too because he worked with me there, and I told him to act drunker than I was. So the cop was just like, all right, just bring your drunk friend home. And I was like, all right, sweet. Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
Hey, from DUI and drunken alcoholic to.
So we're getting this is advice for all you kids out there just learning to drive, man.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
your drunk friends to act drunker than you, even when you're drunk.
Or you know what? Is even a good idea is get AAA because every time you get drunk, you get free towing home. So they'll tow your drunk
Holy
ass home.
shit! That tow truck driver would be on speed dial.
Yeah, exactly.
You've
weekend.
maxed out your 3 visits already this month.
No. AAA. They'll tow your ass home
Hey,
anyway.
is that thing frozen?
Yeah.
It looks like it. Hey, see, hit the. What does the button say? Look at the first guy to get up's the blind guy. So the podcast is still recording, which is fine.
Good. That's
Yeah.
really a good thing.
So you're here and
San Diego.
you decided you're gonna hang out.
Yeah. We just
You go out
decided
and get
to
a
stay.
job
Yeah, I got a job.
doing your.
I do graphic design for this dope company downtown.
What's the name of the company?
It's called E-Learning Mind. So we basically,
Expanding.
we do a lot of e-learning shit. So basically, it's like if Google or Facebook or whatever wants, to roll out a new item to their employees, they come to us and we do all their training material. But we do like animation and like cool graphic design.
Can you get the volume to get turned up for my trainees, man? Because we do that stuff, man. The volume's low, man.
Where do you work?
I can't mention the company. Fear of reprisal.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's talk after because we're always looking for new clients.
It's a very
always looking for new clients.
No, we're all,
yeah. But no, anyway, long story short, I hooked up a job and I do a lot of side work, which is a lot of fun.
Zach, you want, huh? Yeah. All right, so you're working for the company.
Yeah.
That's good.
And
I do.
things going good, huh?
Yeah, so far so good.
And then you're still doing the
Yep.
side work?
Yes. I did some
Unofficial?
today. No, yeah, I do.
Cool. I mean, I'm sure they let you
Wait, for what? Sorry, I'm stoned.
do
What'd
work
you
on
say?
the side.
Oh, yeah, I could do side work. No, it's cool. I even, I asked that when I first started. I was like, yo, can I do side work? And they're like, sure, whatever. They don't fucking care. Right. They like, be an artist, So I just do art and,
I'm a starving artist.
Exactly. I am, too. I'm hungry. I got the munchies.
Let's get Uber Eats rotating over some wing stops or something. What's up?
Who?
I'm just saying Uber Eats, anything that delivers. We'll have to hook it up.
Oh.
What?
Sure.
Okay.
Or we can just send Mark to Del Taco.
Where do we
Mark
go?
will take forever to get Del Taco.
We'll eat later.
Are we talking? We talking food?
We're talking food.
He's always like, give me the keys, let me drive.
How did it go from our interview to
He said he
talking?
was hungry.
Because he said he was hungry.
Who's hungry?
Oh, no, we were talking
That's
starving
what
artists. Starving artists.
Oh, I got lost in the whole fucking. That's what happens.
He's still thinking about prison, man.
He had a flashback.
Prison break. He's having a flashback.
He's like, oh my
What
god,
happened?
back then.
What happened was
He was the fugitive.
we was at a party and
When we previously talked to you, you were thinking and you were doing some documentary on your voyage into comedy.
Yeah, it never happened. No, we got lazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we started doing it. It just, you get lazy and, you get stoned and you forget to do shit. Yeah. So we forgot to do shit.
The power of the weed.
But we're going, I'm
Exceeds
going,
our need.
yeah, right? We're going to start doing some more open mics next week, which should be fun.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really have anything.
So you been writing material?
I got some funny, nothing really.
You want
funny.
to try one?
No, it's not that funny. It's not funny.
Why?
The best joke I have is
Can I
like,
talk, fuckers?
Hey, I'm all on your mic. I'm sorry. I don't have
funniest
So
thing
here's the hard part.
What's up?
It's
You
easy-
guys are the pros. I need some tips.
It's easy to do a set in front of a bunch of people. Look at this fucking donkey over there. Can't even fucking see. Can't even fucking chirping in. All right, look. So it's easy to do it in front of a big crowd of people because you're bound to make a couple people laugh and they'll fucking save you. But if you ever do a show when you're in front of like 3 or 4 people, which I've done many fucking for people like been booked for a show and you show up and they're like, I don't know where it happened. I'm like, over 15 years, I've seen this happen many times. What had happened was you didn't get out there and promote this fucking show. And this business is probably going under anytime soon. So, but anyway, it's hard to make all 5 people laugh at the same time. Is usually the joke that goes along with that. So, if you got any material, like,
I mean, I got a bunch of fucking shit, but like for the most part, I just think of funny ideas and stuff.
So
like
before I even started
situations
doing
and stories,
I went out to comedy clubs in Northern California, like the Punchline in San Francisco, Cobb's Comedy Club. I went to all the different clubs, the Purple Light, all these clubs in San Francisco, and I went out and watched.
Yeah.
And promoted shows and did shows.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But I never performed for 2 years. And I didn't get on stage until watching for 2 years.
Right.
So
no, that's kind of like where I'm at. Because I used to actually work at a comedy club back in Albany. It was Comedy Works, and I worked there, and I was friends with the owner. And I used to do caricatures there, so I got a chance to draw a lot of the comedians.
Nice.
And actually, a few of the comedians that were pretty cool. Like I met Gilbert Gottfried, Kevin Meaney. I drew Kevin Meaney.
Kevin Meaney's great.
Yeah, he died a few years ago. Wow. I drew Otto and George like 2 weeks before he passed away.
He was way better when he was alive.
Stigma with your drawings and
Yeah, that's right. So you know, you
So
guys.
if you you don't get to draw me, dude.
It's only a matter of time. Everybody I draw, they die.
The clock is ticking, boys.
Nice knowing you.
Kevin Meaney was the one that.
I also do a lot of live comedians as well. It was funny. I drew a cartoon of Robert Kelly, and then I got a picture of me handing him the cartoon in Albany. And then when he came down here to play in San Diego, I won tickets, and I got a picture of me handing him a picture of me handing him a picture. It was fucking hilarious.
That's good.
Yeah.
Is that on your Facebook?
Yeah, it's on the Facebook. But the cool thing is because he knew my friend back in Albany who owned the club. I taught, as soon as I was up there, I was like, hey man, if you ever interested in writing like a children's book or a comic strip, here's my information. And I got his info through my buddy back home. So I reached out to him. So I'm just waiting for him to get back to me. I reached out to him a few times, but he's always touring. So that's hard to lock that down. But yeah, no, it's like me, and I got a chance to meet Susie Essman a couple times too, which is fucking cool, from Curb Your Enthusiasm up in Albany.
Right on, man.
Hey, we're here on the Pelon and Chubby Show talking to Dana too. Check him out. He is going to be doing some open mics down in San Diego. But you can always come up and do our show, but it's a little bit of a drive.
No, I mean it wasn't bad. Like we rode the motorcycles up, so it wasn't bad. It took it about like 40 minutes or so.
On the 30th, we'll be here in Vista at the what is it?
The Wildwood.
Wildwood. We'll be down there. And if you want to get up and do a set, fuck it.
Yeah. What time do you guys do that usually?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. It's a good show.
Carly
Carr.
Yeah.
Carly Carr is going to be the headliner.
Nice.
And,
is it an open mic or like an actual show?
It's a paid show.
But it's a small, intimate setting. Small.
And we'll put you on as the as part of the Pelon and Chubby. What do we call it? Pelon and Chubby cast
Comedy series.
No, the cast.
Put you on as a cast member.
Yeah. So you'll go on and do that. Fuck it.
No, that sounds good.
You give me one. I'll tell you. I watch comics for fucking years and years, and I'll tell you with one joke, I'll be able to tell you what you got with one joke.
It's not really jokes. It's more like ideas, like funny.
They're premises, and then you build on them. Yeah, just go. Go with.
All right, well,
go with your money one. Like if I came up and said, okay, Dana, if you tell me a joke and I think you'll win $1 million. $1 million. Come with your money joke. Just and whatever. It's no big deal.
You're actually just going to win a beer, but
win a beer.
Well,
it's not really a joke, but like one time I was at this party. And I was just standing in line. I was waiting for my friend to call me. And we're standing in line. And actually, I probably shouldn't tell this joke if it's on Facebook.
Why?
All right, fuck it. So I'm standing in line. It's not even a joke. It's a story, but whatever.
We've got 4 viewers.
Nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, anyway, I'm sitting there one day. I'm sitting there when I'm standing in line. We're at a party. It's 4th of July. And I had some drugs on me, illegal drugs, So I'm sitting there, and finally it was my turn to use the bathroom. There's a tiny little bathroom, and I go in there, and I was like, all right, I need something to, whatever. So I had my phone and, broke out a couple of, rails on my phone, right? And I'm like, all right, I got to do this because there's a line out there or whatever. In the meantime, I'm waiting to hear from my buddy who was supposed to meet me there, So anyway, I go down and start doing shit, right? And then he starts calling me, so my phone starts vibrating, man. And, like, shit's all shaking all over the place. And I'm sitting there going like that. And then I tried to hit him, and I was like, yo, man, where are you? And anyway, it was just fun.
Yeah, so then you just got to build on it, and
it was just a funny experience though, because imagine like sitting there and like
you just got to put a tag on that.
You know what's funny is you forget sometimes that you got the shit on there. And then the phone rings and you're like, oh fuck, and you go to answer it. And then it's all in your face, and you're like a crackhead, and you're like, "Oh fuck!" Oh, wow. and then you're doing like the squeegee the side of the face to get the shit back on the phone.
You got to treat your drugs with respect. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Put it on speakerphone. Hey, dude.
Mark, you definitely treat your drugs.
But me, I'm so scatterbrained. Sometimes I can't remember.
No, I don't respect.
So I guess that shit wasn't that funny. I guess that wasn't that funny.
No, it's fine.
No, you're right there. You get there. You give us a second. We get
the whole idea.
He did a little thing there. You do something like that.
You know what it is?
Talk about where
I need a few more beers in it.
You take a funny situation, something that happens, and then you find by testing it out in the crowd where the funny is.
Oh, of course.
Sometimes you don't know where it is, and then the crowd tells you where it is. I don't know how many jokes.
I'll walk up there and grab the mic, and he'll turn around until he hears awkward laughing, and then be like, "Wait a minute," and then he'll like turn back around and face the crowd again. This joke. It's pretty funny.
Once or twice. That's it.
funny.
No more of that shit. Okay.
No more of that shit.
No more of that shit.
No more of that shit.
And they were saying that you should have done your whole set.
People there that last time, so hopefully there's more.
Yeah, we're gonna get more of that.
Yeah, we'll definitely have more in the house this time. But Mark,
I wasn't giving any tickets last time.
Oh fuck.
here we go. Here we go. Whoa.
He's not Mark the blind guy. He's the angry blind guy.
Hey, keep talking. I'm gonna turn the lights off, fucker.
Nice. So
what's the plan? Get up. We're gonna. Usually we talk about all the shows that are coming into town, but
you didn't do your research.
no. You know what, man? I looked online and shit, and I didn't really see nothing.
In the world of comedy.
And I don't know, man. Like I was thinking about it, and right now I'm kind of in a spot as far as comedy goes, where I am. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed in the whole thing. I'll read this thing my buddy put on here, and he's been doing comedy for a long time. He's opened up for a lot of great comics. He is up in the San Francisco area. He's headlined a bunch of shows for me. Dude's incredibly funny, and he had a take earlier. And while I'm looking this up, just give it up for Vicky Barbalak.
Oh yes.
Yesterday, today, I don't know when the fuck it happened, but she's on her way.
Absolutely.
She made it to the semifinals, and this is a road comic that
Battle tested.
I'll tell you what. Some would say if she wasn't such a nice lady that she was fucking road hard and put away wet, but I'm not gonna be the one to say it. But she's put in her time, fucking, and put in the work, and she's made it to the semifinals of America's Got Talent.
She's on her way, man.
And she's done. Well, however she finishes in this show, she's made it. The phone is already ringing off the hook. She's already getting booked everywhere.
Who?
Vicky Barbalak. She's a San Diego comic. She has been around since the beginning of comedy. She is very, very funny. But it's good to see somebody that's put in the time, put in the work, and never tried to really jump ahead of the game and try and force her way into headlining clubs, into being somebody she wasn't ready to be. And then now a situation like that, happens to her. Like I always tell people, you'll headline when you're ready to headline, and situations like this will find you. And this situation has kind of found her. Hey man, I'll tell you what.
She's won America's hearts.
Yeah, she's a deserving person.
Yeah.
And you know me, I don't give a fuck about anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy to kiss anybody's ass. I don't. That's not me.
That's definitely not you.
It's not Rick. If I'm sitting here giving her credit, she fucking deserves it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see her doing big things.
Yeah, she was just when we did that open mic and at the Tremont there. I saw her act, and I just go, "Wow, that was freaking great!" If you haven't made it yet, you're gonna, because it was amazing. And she was totally cool, and she was nice to me after my set.
Does she have big tits?
At one time, but now they're around her waist, so it kind of goes in with the rolls.
I don't know what she looks like. I don't know. Is she older woman, younger woman?
Yeah, she's an older.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's got to be like 90 at least.
Yeah. Holy
so
fuck!
It looks like it.
Jesus Christ.
So she got
Vicky, we love you. Everybody loves you.
Big old.
You are fantastic.
I know a lot of
You deserve all.
Look at them all. Look at them all. Keith.
No way.
Vicky, I love you.
I'll open for you, Vicky.
I love you.
They're all
love you,
standing in
Vicky.
line trying to clean up my shit.
We'll lick your
need to.
asshole, Vicky.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right, so this is coming from Connor Kellica from San Francisco. People are too sensitive. As a comedian, audiences have become too sensitive. Remember when you were a kid and you scraped your knee and your mom would put Bactine on it and it stung? Hold on, I gotta do the whole.
I do remember that.
Right, yeah.
I remember that well. That shit hurt.
And
But the Mexican moms would say, "Put the pepper rub,
and it stung because it was too sensitive to touch.
That shit was hurt. Man.
It was a wound, but your mom put the Bactine on it anyway, even though it hurt. These days, audiences won't even let you put the Bactine on. You can't even mention certain subjects because they are too sensitive. Well, comedy is Bactine to social issues. It can sting a little, but talking about it helps the issues.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And, we need to put Bactine on the situations.
Yeah.
And then this bitch right here,
Oh,
and I call her a bitch because she's a female dog.
okay. Or likes it that way. Go on.
So she puts on here whatever. It's not even worthy of reading. But she says she went to comedy college in San Francisco, and she paid $500 for comedy college. And Dave Chappelle showed up and said that if you're doing material that hurts people, then you're an asshole. That you don't need to hurt people in order to be funny. So Connor, which I think is fucking the perfect response to this, he says, "Let me stop you right at comedy college." Who pays for that shit?
Well, you know
Anything
what?
Though,
you could put people down. That's fine, but make sure you put yourself down too. You know, you got to be able to make fun of yourself too.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. That's why a lot of insult comics they get away with it.
Right.
But yeah, the Bactine comment, because it's supposed to sting. I mean, if you're sitting there waiting for bland, safe jokes, it's no longer funny.
Well, she puts on there like if all you can do is racial jokes, homophobic jokes, sexual jokes, I'm like, well, what the fuck else is there to talk about? I mean, if you take away all those, if you can't talk about that, then what the fuck are you gonna talk about? Like,
if you're not creative, then
the internet went down and I didn't know what the fuck to do. I was like fucking all geeked out and shit. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, what are we talking about? You know, and I try not to be hard on the younger comics. Like, I know you live in a different world and things are different and
top sheets,
and you don't want to use a top sheet, whatever. So I don't want to be an asshole just because you're fucking younger people and you believe in different shit. But don't shit on us because we're old and we like to talk shit to each other. And
well, now hold on a second. I like shitting on old people though. It's kind of fun because like sometimes
and we like going after the younger people
Like one time my mom was like, God rest her soul. She was like, Dana, what's an email? And I was like, I'm not even gonna try to explain to you what the fucking email is. I was like, it's electronic mail. And she's like, what? You plug it in the wall? It's like no.
Like no, but that's perfect. That's good comedy right there. Talking about like not being able to use an ATM, old people.
Yeah, old people.
Like not having.
My grandma got a computer once, and she's like, "This button comes out, and there's a cup holder." Yeah. And I'm like, "No, that's for a CD-ROM."
That's a cup holder.
See,
there's a joke right there.
Yeah, but shit like that's funny. That's funny when you're talking about old people. That's good.
Quick.
But the problem I have is your comedy sucks because you make fun of faggots and stuff. Well, that's what we did when I was growing up. That's where the funny was. Right? We talked about everybody. That little kid with that little arm that kind of hung when he walked and he couldn't control it. That fucking retard was funny. We made fun of him. That's what the thing was about. Right? But your comedy's fucking
kicks your ass.
His family.
Right. Your comedy's not funny because you make fun of people in order for you to get a laugh or whatever. Yeah. Well, who are you to say that? Like the late fucking great Bob Hope, that fucking piece of shit. If he was around, I would call him like, you know what? I never complained about Bob Hope until he started complaining about people doing comedy because you swear, you use foul words and you swear to get a laugh. No, I don't. That's just the way I speak. It has nothing to do with me trying to get a laugh by saying fuck. Some words there's no substitute for. Sometimes you just got to say whatever the shit is sometimes a necessary word. But don't give me shit and say I'm unfunny because I swear. I don't say anything about people falling asleep halfway through your boring fucking shows. You get on there and all your shit. I don't say anything about that. But you ever watch Bob Hope? And I'm going to talk shit about him because he talked shit about me fucking doing jokes and swearing.
Bob Hope,
wait, hold on a
actually,
second.
what about you?
Bob Hope gave you shit?
Yeah, when
Wait.
he said that joke about comics swearing, he was talking to me.
Oh, not to you personally, though.
Oh,
I was like,
I thought you mean like he was in the room.
I'd be awesome if he actually was like, I caught this.
But
guy.
I'm like, Bob.
Back then when he was alive, he'd go, I caught this kid, Rick Salas, man. He was cussing, man. He was cussing, and that's wrong. It's wrong. I don't know why I made Bob Hope black.
But I'm like, dude, I don't say shit about your fucking boring shows. And I don't know if he heard me because he was on the TV screen, but I'm just saying, if he was there,
he has
heard
passed on a long time ago.
Laura Moore.
I was doing comedy when he was alive.
Watching, she says people just need to have more of a sense of humor about stuff.
About what?
Everything. Just
I think, yeah.
It is a sense of people need to
They
relax.
are stuffed.
Yeah.
What do they do? Everybody too uptight in New York. Hey, in New York, tell me this, because you worked in the New York Comedy Club, and I've always wanted to go over there and do some shows because I think that I'd be more received by a crowd like, yeah, you know what I mean? By a crowd like that.
It depends on where you go.
Brooklyn,
Right.
It depends on where you go. I mean,
Are they as
Albany is
sensitive as
upstate,
people here?
So whatever. No, actually,
Like in San
no.
Francisco.
There's some assholes up there. There's a lot of assholes up there.
As a whole,
I mean,
as a whole,
for the most
are they
part,
as
yeah,
uptight?
it's pretty, they're
But
pretty
see,
assholes.
they're not sensitive. What they are is they're insensitive.
No, well, I mean, even some of the sensitive people are assholes. Like I've been getting in arguments with this one dude on Facebook, which you probably ain't watching, but he's like this vegan, like super flat earther dude, you know. And like, it is what it is. But
Wait, did you just make? Okay, anyway, you insulted and congratulated somebody at the same time.
no, the guy's just an idiot. But anyway, for the like, I don't know. Every time I like see like a video for like barbecue, I always tag him in it, you know. But the problem is, the guy's just a real asshole. That's the problem. Like, he's just a real dick about.
But I mean, you think it's like more people here
That's great, man.
are assholes about shit that can't
No.
laugh it off?
No, yeah, I think so. For the most part, people here are just.
Hey,
laid
if
back.
you think San Diego's bad, go to San Francisco.
Go to San Francisco.
I think-
Holy
Berserkly.
fuck!
Yeah, I've been up there once before.
You know what I say about
I've been up there once
Berserkly?
before.
San Francisco is a beautiful town.
For a week.
It's but the people there, it used to be just managers hip, but people they get so uptight about everything. They got their rallies, and here's the funny thing: to their rallies they bring masks and bats. If I go to your rally, I'm bringing my gun.
What
Yeah,
rally? What rally?
I'm saying in Berserkly. I would call that's what I call Berkeley, Berserkly, because
so
people are just
where is
they're
that?
always
Berkeley is
Berkeley,
like right-
Hey,
California.
but keep this in
That's the
perspective.
epicenter of sensitivity.
This is Jay the Holy Roller, so anything out of the ordinary is going to seem fucking
No, when
Like
you're
Berkeley-
having rallies and they're completely, you can't have a conservative voice, anything conservative there, or it's hate speech. Anything,
Right.
whether it's the Bible or if it's just anything you say, hey, we should have lower taxes.
Well, if you're doing
oh my God, that's
hey,
hate speech.
If you're doing anything in Berkeley and you have your clothes on, that's fucking hate.
Exactly. Yeah, they're friggin'
It's changed quite a bit. The tapestry and the feeling of brotherhood and love has changed in Berkeley. They're actually walking down after black couples in the street now. What are you doing here? They're gentrifying the place, and it's getting bad.
Are they finally tired of black people
They're
like the
tired
rest?
of them too.
Like the rest of us?
what?
They're tired of us too. Wow. Yeah, no, there's a couple of videos.
Where is
Does that make anybody
Berkeley
up?
is north?
Berkeley up north.
San
now.
Francisco.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
like supposed to be like where the hippies and the flower power.
No,
and
there's
the
hippies all over. We got a bunch of
but that
hippies
was the
anywhere.
pool
Hey,
of-
that's a
of
new
Woodstock and all that crazy stuff.
that's a new Asian university.
Yeah, they
Berkeley.
just
It's like 90% Asians.
Asians. Now it's
Fucking
Asians. But yeah, they're gentrifying
hippies.
the place and they're definitely cleaning the slate or trying to anyway.
Just a lot of craziness. People just need to relax.
Yeah, that's why they got to just legalize marijuana. Nationally, federally, whatever. Give everybody a joint and everybody calm the fuck
Hey,
down.
Well, I'm sure it's
Trump-
on its way.
The last time I heard Trump was Trump was on his way because I guess he got an envelope.
Was it laced with weed?
What was it laced with?
No, he got an envelope, and
It was headed by a Republican, right?
I guess the envelope that he got was filled with some Benjis. And so he's like, this weed business is pretty good. So had a lot
if
of.
he can make some money, he'll be like.
There was a bunch of zeros on the check that he got.
And he'd be like, all right, yeah, weed's cool, man.
Yeah, so he was like, we are going to take weed off of the list of narcotics. Yeah, that was his last. Yeah.
There you walk down the street and smoke blunts, not worry about a goddamn thing. Oh wait, I do that already.
And Mark's is like, I'm blind.
I'm blind. Like, oh, it's lit.
He goes, I'm trying to help my glaucoma.
Fires in California, they got it wrong. Mine's controlled, 3 inches in front of my face.
So Dan, are getting back to you? This fucking this longest interview ever. Are you actively seeking side work and stuff?
Yeah, all the time.
All right, so all you guys out there, if you're looking for anything, any caricatures or basically he can do any kind of
logos,
whatever you want,
murals,
nudes, whatever.
Yeah,
nudes.
Doesn't matter.
Well, no, I got a rule about nude. I don't draw
Kathy,
boobies. I don't draw peepees. I don't draw heinies. I don't draw.
So you're not going to do the one for Kathy for him?
No, I don't do nude. I don't like drawing naked people. Because most of the time it's the naked people who don't really want to draw anyway. You know what I'm saying?
The naked person, then they go, that's not correct.
No.
Anatomically, you're smooth.
Well, I went to art school, so in art school you get a lot of and at first, like I told my friends, I got to do these nude drawings, and they're like, oh, that's awesome, the chicks and shit. No, you get everything but hot chicks. You get like old, gross, hairy men, fat, ugly black women.
And strangely enough, those are the people I want to sit.
There's one guy I remember, he was skinny and fucking gross, and then afterwards he's like, okay, I want to play the piano for everybody. So he brought in his keyboard and he did it naked, and I was like, this guy is just he just wants to be naked and play in front of like students, like we're college students. One day though, this chick was in there and she was fucking beautiful, and then like it was funny because like it was weird because her boyfriend ended up like, he was like, all right, I'm gonna come in and make sure I'm gonna take this art class too. You know what I'm saying? But all the dudes in the class, like their painting sucked because all they were doing was staring at the girl. All their paintings were terrible. Even mine was terrible. But I told the professor, I was like, I'm sorry, it sucks. But I was trying to emulate Picasso, so that's why it kind of sucks. But I was too busy staring at this chick. Wow. But yeah, she was nice.
So Picasso wasn't gay?
No.
Oh.
Here's a Pablo Picasso.
I didn't know. I was just trying to clear up the air. There was a little misconception there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do anything creative.
So he gave us a fucking super deal. We want to do some more stuff. We're trying to get the shirts done, hats done, all that kind of stuff. Nice. So the only thing I need to do, I guess, they are like, oh, do heat transfers. I'm like, no, I don't want to do heat transfers.
No,
I'm gonna do
screen
it right.
printing is the best. Or you know what you could do is just get a digital image, put it online, and order shirts online. If you're only trying to do a couple here or there.
Those tees are pretty nice, and actually that's what I was going to do.
But can they do it without separating the color?
No.
Yeah, they do it for you. Don't even worry about it. They take care of it, man.
What?
They do it all for you. You can give them a bunch of colors. And then
I'm gonna fire our secretary because I hired her to do all this bullshit and she hasn't done none of it.
I'm still waiting to see our Facebook, and I'm soon to see our headshots. My word!
The headshots are done.
The headshots are done.
Yeah.
The website.
The website's done. Well,
the domain is there, but no website. So I don't know. I might have to step up my roles as engineer, editor, videographer.
You mean you're gonna do something?
I do more than you do, fucker. You talk all.
I'm the
all
fucking
the
talent.
You're the talent. That's it. I do the.
Respect the talent, yo. Respect the talent.
Is there any more beers?
Again?
So you guys are like, this is on Facebook Live, but where else is this also?
We're on Podbean, LibSense, iTunes,
nice.
Google Music.
Anywhere where you type in your browser, Pelon and Chubby, it'll get us. And then he edits
the audio live.
No, the replay.
Oh,
he takes this and edits it down. Oh my god, this fucking guy. What? So, huh?
There you go. He managed it. Did you check the microphone if it was on the
same one?
Can you grab me a beer out of the fridge?
No, we weren't on the Yeti, so you fucked it up.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's a try. No, but you gotta change it because okay, no problem.
Yeah, whatever.
And just real quick, where can people find you?
That's what we got to get on.
Just at Dana Tunes or Facebook, just Dana Tunes.
Okay, so
actually, Dana Tunes.
Yeah, Dana Tune. I put it under your chin in the logo.
Oh yeah.
Dana Tune.
Under your chin.
There you go.
So no S.
No.
So for all the Asians out there, there's no plural on that.
Well,
It's
Dana
just,
Tunes.
yeah, just tune.
Well,
not
there are multiple tunes that I've done.
But to find you.
Yeah. Just Dana
Right.
Tune. Actually, if you Google Dana Tune, I'm like number one
right.
in Google, which is pretty cool.
And are you still developing the animation series?
Oh yeah, I got a couple little animation things going on, which is cool. I'm learning a lot of animation through my job, and I got a couple of friends. A buddy of mine up in LA is trying to meet some people, so hopefully we can collaborate on some shit and get something rolling.
I mean, it's just that exposure.
What is the dream project that you want to do?
What do you really want to do?
So you're doing
The dream, my dream.
Yeah, like if you had any project, not thinking about money, not thinking about anything, what is the ideal project that you'd want to do?
I'd ideally just like to have a TV show, like a variety kind of show.
An animated show or
It could a variety.
right?
Variety, and actually, kind of, even like thinking about bringing in like other people to do their shit too, and just be kind of like feature a bunch of people and then do some shit of my own.
Right.
Kind of like
You know, it'd be kind of cool is have like an animated character but with live people.
Yeah. I've thought about doing stuff like that too.
Roger Rabbit, man.
Yeah.
Once I get a budget, a studio to back me, and some angel investors.
There was an episode of Black Mirror where the Waldo character was an animated cat. And he ran for office.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was fucking awesome.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was a cool episode. So, but no, that's the ultimate goal,
you doing that.
Yeah.
Voiceover, character raising.
Yeah, that's the goal. So we'll see what happens, and me, or and like the art too, like push the art. I mean, humor and art are my two main things. So whatever I can do to intertwine them both, one way or another, that's my thing.
That's pretty dope.
Well, we got some projects we're working on, trying to get these Brute Tour buses going.
Nice.
There's breweries everywhere, man. Fuck everywhere.
I thought you said brute. Like Fabergé, brute. We're taking it to the masses.
He doesn't have a speech impediment. He has a couple of drinks in him, but no, he speaks for
So sometimes I sit back and I wonder. I mean, it's a real subtle voice.
It's subtle.
Like real subtle. Like I'll be laying in bed, and it's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like that kind of subtle,
It's real subtle. Sneaks up on you.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So. But I keep the fight alive. But so we're doing these brewery tour buses. We got to put wraps on them, and that's the hardest thing. Like all these places, they're like, you don't have to give any artistic input. We'll do it all. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm worried about. They pull out the bus. Here you go. And I'm like, oh, that's not what I was thinking at all. No. So anyway,
I'm down to help you guys out for some design stuff if you need it.
And then we'll pay. We got no problem.
It was like my first show, man. I did a show for when I first started. I was a musician. The first show I did, we opened up for the senior square dancers. And we were a metal act.
Nice.
Into the pit. Oh, square dancers. There you go.
Anyway, so we'll talk about it. I want to try and get these shirts and hats and shit out there. There's some people that I guess want them. I don't know who the fuck they are, but they want them. But I got my brother. He does all the screen printing shit.
Nice.
And so he's like, well, you got like fucking 18 colors here or something.
No, I could bring it down to 1 or 2 or 3.
Yeah, whatever. It's just so it looks decent, so it doesn't look all shitty.
Well, for sure.
But that's the next step, and we're trying to get the wraps going. And the whole deal is to open up a comedy club eventually up here in North County. There's nothing close by anywhere. So
no, that's a good idea because you're not too far from a lot of other places, so comics can hit it on the way in and out.
We're like 45 minutes from all the other clubs, so it's perfect. So once we open it up, you come up there and I'm sure we'll have logos, we'll have tons of shit to do. So if you're out there watching on Facebook, there he can send you everything. You don't need to even come and see him. He doesn't want to see you anyway. So just get a hold of him. Get a hold of him. Dana too. Yeah, nothing. Get a hold of him. He will do all your artwork and it will come out legit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there that claim to do good work, and then you get it, and you're like, oh, fuck, this sucks. I could have shit out something better than this. So, but he comes through. He did an exceptional job with ours. If I don't say so myself, I look pretty fucking good in that thing.
yeah.
So, better than in person. I was going to assume that character, like Prince, he's known as the Sign. I was just going to be like, fuck it, that's me on everything now. Like on my license, bam, there I am.
Smile on those eyebrows on you.
Yeah, so I was like, I look hot there. So, anyway, so if you want him to do something for you, hit him up. And he will take great care of you, and he will be very reasonable.
Yes.
And you will get better than what you expect. Over deliver, under promise. He will do that for sure. Yeah. So thanks for coming in, Dan. We appreciate it. You guys rode up here on your bikes, fucking braving the inclement weather here in California.
That's a pretty sweet Huffy you came up on, though, man.
Oh, thank you.
That Huffy was sweet, man.
Yeah,
it's
Your
pretty
buddy went at the Mongoose, so that was nice.
No, he has a was it BMW 1100R?
Nice.
And I got the little Honda Shadow. It's a
Nothing
750,
wrong with
but
that.
it's got chopped pipes, so that thing sets off car alarms. Grumbles.
I used to manage a power sports store, motorcycles,
cool.
Water sports, shit, and all that.
Nice.
Not like Mr. Schwinn Huffy over here, showing his age. Old motherfucker. Anyway, we appreciate you coming on the show.
Sure.
You are definitely a friend of the show. Yeah. You are the creator of our logo, the Pelon and Chubby logo, and more stuff to come for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to come back up and do it again. That'd be all right.
Yeah, and he'll come up. Are you going to be there on the 30th? Can we tell all your fans and friends that you're going to be August 30th? It's in the books.
August 30th.
Dana Toon is going to be on the lineup, part of the Pelon and Chubby cast. Going to be doing his best comedy sets ever with Carly Carr, 8 p.m. Carly Carr.
Queen Latifah may or may not make it.
Well, she is not. In name, she will be there, but in person, definitely not. But we'll be at the Wildwood August 30th. Put it on your calendar, 8 p.m. Show up and watch some hilarious comedy from the Pelon and Chubby Comedy Series number 3. Come out and check us out. Until next Wednesday, we will be here. Bring yourselves back. See ya.
Good night, everybody.